everybody. So, following on from his last video, I promised you that I'd let you in, and so this is you guys coming in. This is the first episode of what we'd get up to behind the scenes, I suppose. So I've got Habbo up here, eager to get stuck in. Where to start? So Habbo, your engine has come out of your car?
Yeah, engine's come out of the car. It's been
stripped,
cleaned.
Hang on a minute, your engine is out of your car somewhere else now, isn't it? So yours is driving around somewhere.
yeah.
The engine that we're using, so the donor engine, which was a low mileage R3 engine that we got our hands on specially for this build, has come out of your car.
Yeah.
Has been stripped.
Yeah. Has
been cleaned. Technically, we're supposed to be porting it today for you guys, but that's not exactly what's happened. So it turns out I'm a difficult man to pin down, and this is not all happening in chronological order. So we've got, fortunately, another R3 engine for another build that we've got sat outside right now, that we're going to basically pretend is Habbo's engine for the purpose of this video, and we're going to basically show you through the process that we go through to build it. So this is not going to be a how-to video.
No.
It's but we're letting you in. You're going to get to see, and if you've got any questions, we want you to ask them in the comments below, and you know, in one format or another, I'll answer your questions for you. So yeah.
So originally, this guy did want a race extension, didn't he?
Originally, this guy did want a race extension, yes, but unfortunately for him, well, fortunately for him, depending on how you look at it, he's actually landed on that crossover period where I've decided that, you know what, I'm not doing that anymore. If he rung me up and I said, I want a race extension, and that is that, obviously I'd have cut it for him, you know, customer's always right and all that, but I sat down, I had a fairly lengthy conversation with him. He's got a very nice car. He's clearly spent a lot of time and money on it, and it's a prime example of what I want to see last into the future. So we've had a bit of a rethink, and yeah, so he's having a street pot. Yeah, you'll get to see during this series that, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing, and Habbo's engine's actually in and running now, isn't it?
It sounds brilliant.
The secret's out of the bag. You know, it's going to be our example of what it is that Rotary Revs is going to be about moving forward, and I think, you know, it's a prime example. So, getting onto the engine.
Yeah, I think let's
just crack on. Those of you that don't know, I've just applied some die-chem layout fluid, which is an engineering fluid, to the ports. It's basically so that I can mark out my port, and then I know where I'm cutting. That's essentially what that is. There you go. Habbo, do you know this bit?
Yeah, so this obviously, so you get your street pot template.
Yes, in this particular instance we're using a Racing Beat street port template. This owner doesn't want to go aggressive anymore, which is polar opposite of how this started out. So these are some templates that I've had for years and years. I bought through Toyota or Racing Beat Europe or Mazda Rotary Parts, whoever you want to call him. Clive. Oh, I hope.
Is that the one?
Yeah, so this is a Racing Beat street port template with one of these bridge ports in it. Cutting it. It's rotary gold, as they might say.
Not doing any eyebrows today, though.
I'm not doing any eyebrows today, mate. No bridge ports today. Oh, there's another one. I think, actually, that this is one of the old 13B templates. So, for those of you that don't know, in the 1970s, Mazda did it's the same 6-port, but with a peripheral exhaust port rather than a side exhaust port that we're more familiar with today with the Rx8.
That is loud.
Stop whinging.
So what's this tool that you're using now?
This is a die grinder.
Yeah.
So this one's a pneumatic die grinder. Some people like them, some people don't. I've spent many an hour on my ear next to one of these. Right then, Habbo.
Yeah, man.
So
that was some fine art you did there.
what do you mean?
That's very tidy and neat.
Yeah, but it's like riding a bike, mate. I'm not doing much anymore, but you know, you get plenty of practice in. So basically what we've done is we've opened up the intake airport later into the compression stroke, basically giving it more time to ingest more air.
Okay.
Now, the potting template that we've used from Racing Beat would normally also open up the exhaust port, but we've found over years of dyno testing that what that does is it moves the torque curve up the rev range into the higher RPM in an attempt to try and achieve better, you know, higher horsepower figure, but drivability suffers. So this is sort of as middle ground that we've found that offers the best balance between both. So this should produce around about 145, 150 foot-pound of torque at the wheels. A really nice flat torque curve, which is exactly what the Rotary is, or certainly what the Rx8 was renowned for when they first brought it out back in the early days. So so this is like a best middle ground. I've done the intake. I'm going to start now cleaning up all of the carbon out of the exhaust ports. This is just a cleaning up process.
Okay,
it's an extension of the actual cleaning process. So
you're not polishing, are you?
not polishing, no. So polishing your intake port it's one of those age-old arguments. You can do more harm than good. So what we tend to find is that, you know, if we strip an engine that's been ported, whoever had ported it previously will have gone to town basically polishing the runners. I won't lie, I was guilty of it myself in the early days. I didn't realise what we were doing wrong, but the reality is that unless you've got major casting defects in the iron, the knobbles that you see on the outside of this iron here from the casting process are actually really good. So what that does is it creates turbulence in the on the periphery of the intake or tract, and then what that does is it makes sure that that fuel air mixture is mixed as it comes into the combustion chamber. If you take away that knobble and then don't replace it, what you find is that fuel will condense in globules essentially on the intake port runner tract, and engines cough on globules of petrol, so that it's not good. There should always be some form of roughness to that. Now, if you wanted to get really clever, obviously you'd CNC port a really definitive sort of shape purposefully into there. We don't have CNC porting, but the catch there is the biggest mistake that a lot of people make is they'll make the intake port so much bigger
Yeah.
that they lose airflow velocity.
Right.
And so, you know, porting, it's a fine balance between what's right and what's wrong. What we're trying to do, like we talked about in this last video here, is basically we're going OEM plus. So we're taking what Mazda have given us, we're making it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just because we're fortunate enough in the aftermarket to not have to worry about fuel economy and emissions and so on and so forth. And yeah, so this is it. This is going to be the Rotary Rev Street Port.
Yep.
It's basically just a derivation of the Racing Beat Street Port, plus all of the development that we've done over the last 10 years. Nice. Now, Habbo's going to try and ask me questions, guys, as we go along. Yeah. But obviously, you know, if I don't know what you guys know or don't know, this is all 101 to me. So, you know, I don't know what to talk about. I don't know what you're going to be interested in. If you've got questions, you know, yeah, just ask them in the comments, and like I say, we'll do some sort of a one-to-one, and you can reel them off, and I'll answer them as I need to do. Yeah.
But yeah,
so
looking good.
Let's get cleaning up with some of this carbon in these ports, and then these are good to go. Then we can go through the last cleaning process and get ready to put together. And yeah, so this is dusty as this one, so obviously it's just carbon build-up that we're taking off. Just don't know if chance you didn't know, I use a screwdriver just to hold the iron flat so that it's not wobbling around whilst I'm doing it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Get it flicking all dust out everywhere, yeah?
Yeah.
Dirty, Habbo.
Very dirty.
Dirty. Just remember to premix, kids.
Why do you need to premix?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, it's with a good healthy ignition system, and obviously using your rev range in a healthy manner, let's say, it stops this sort of shit building up. So this is a result of tooting around, shit ignition coils, crap fuel.
Yeah.
Basically.
So viewers, we're going to wrap up there and make a start on the next video where Ben's going to be assembling this block together. We hope you've enjoyed this video, and as promised, you know, we've got a lot to say, so make sure you are subscribed, and all comments are welcome down below, even if you just want to say hello. Is there anything you want to add? Yeah? Is there anything you want to add to the conclusion?
I'll try to be quiet, mate, and let you talk.
Yeah. Ben's been hogging all the airtime, so yeah, once again, hope you've enjoyed the video, and we'll look forward to seeing you all soon.
See you next time. Yeah, man. See you soon.